Alright, welcome back everybody to a quick tutorial on how to use the Factorio planner mod, or Helmod, however you choose to call it. Basically what this mod does, it adds a in-game planner for you, so you can calculate stuff or calculate ratios. It is a multi-purpose tool and is really easy to use, just has a couple of quirks. And I see the question pop up relatively often in the internet, how to use it. And it's actually quite simple. So what the mod does, it will add a little icon up here, the planner, in your UI, but you can also press the key I, which is the standard key, and it will pop up this overlay. Alright, so now just for starters, you will start with this blank screen. You will see three buttons: add a recipe, add a technology, and select container, but we'll come to that later. You can also download and upload the recipes, refresh them, or copy them. So first off, you need to set a time base. You see here, base time 1 second, 1 minute, 5 minutes, 10, 30, 1 hour, 6 hour, 12 hour, 24 hour. I don't know who would actually use a 24-hour base time, but hey. So normally I always go with 1 second, right? And then you start with production line. This is where you have your different production lines, so more on that later. Also, your planner will only work with the current technologies you have researched. This is a new save, so we don't have too much technologies, but it will still work fine. Alright, so let's open it up. Let's say we want to make red science, right? So currently in 0.17, this is called an automation science pack. So now you got up here output 0 and you got the base recipe. So whatever you do now is up to you. Normally I always set the output first. So if you click on this little icon here, you can set output and you can say how much you want per second, because that's your base time. And let's say you want 1 per second, then type 1, click save, and it will tell you how many materials you need per second. Always think in your base time. You can also say, hey, I want a full yellow belt per second, which is 15 items with bobs. I think also with 0.17 now, but I'm not too sure. You could also say 5 belts or 45 belts. Click on the color of the belt and it will automatically calculate the correct number. Alright, so let's say we want 1 science pack per second, so we need 1 copper plate per second and 1 iron gear wheel. Now you see here the ingredients have yellow buttons, and what that means is you can click on these ingredients and then select the technology, like copper plates are smelted from copper ore, obviously, and add that to your production. And then you can also click on the gear wheel, which is made from iron plates, and you can click on the iron plate, which is made from iron ore. Alright, so this will be all dependent, so you can move these rows down or up. And you see, when I move the science pack down, I've got my science pack, but these all change to 0, because production rows only take into account what's below them. So we need to put them up again. X deletes a row. Alright, so basically always have the product you want to produce up there. Alright, so now you still need to change the machines. Let's say we are at the base game here, so this will open, if you click on one of these machines, this will open a little UI here, and you can choose between factories and modules. For starters, we just have assembly machines Mark 1 right now, and I think they don't have module slots. Let's see, yeah, so you cannot put modules in. When we change this to assembly machine Mark 2, we can put in modules. As you can see here, modules plug in. And this will also change the number of needed machines accordingly. If you want to remove a module, you can right click on the active modules in here. This will also show you the crafting speed, and you can also set beacons. If you just leave beacons at 0 modules, all is good. So in this menu you can select the according factory for every product. So let's say we want to use assembly machines Mark 1. That means we need 10 assembly machines Mark 1 to get 1 automation science pack per second, which kind of makes sense because it takes 5 seconds to craft them. Okay, we only have the normal furnaces, we only have the normal assembly machines, and we only have the normal furnaces. Okay, so now we see we need 10 assembly machines Mark 1, 4 stone furnaces, another assembly machine Mark 1 for the gear wheels, and 7 more stone furnaces. Alright, now you also see here how much energy is used to produce this, or here in the total electrical consumption. In the next step, if you want to, you can also set up power. For that, just click add power. Now that we know we need 1.1 megawatt, let's say we are using just box standard steam engines, want 1.1 megawatt. It says here we need 2 steam engines. Of course, the steam engines also need generators, so we need 1 boiler. Right? If we would say we want, I don't know, 5 megawatt, we would say, okay, you need 3 boilers and 6 steam engines. But this will always be 2 steam engines to 1 boiler, because this is the current ratio. Then here you can see your resources, the total raw ingredients you'll need per second, and then you have a summary here. So you have a total of 11 assembly machines, a total of 11 stone furnaces, and whoops, that is not the correct power value, sorry, 1.1. Still 3 steam engines, or 48 solar panels, or 40 accumulators to get you through this. If you close this window and bring it back up, you will always land on the production line page, not on the production block that you made. So if you want to get the window back, where you can see which machines you use and which resources, click on block here, on the symbol that is in the row for blocks. Right, and then you get into the production block for that. A little bit wonky, but that is okay. So we could add another recipe like only copper cables and leave it like this. And then if we go back here, or close this overlay and go back in, we can choose which recipe we want to look at. So that's basically it. Just keep in mind, you always have to account for the base time you have chosen. So let's go in our recipe where we said we wanted 1 red science per second, and take a look at these numbers here, right? Currently we need a lot of factories, but if we set this time, the base time, to 1 minute, now we are basically ordering or planning for 1 science pack per minute, and as you can see, it all goes down to 1, because no machine is that slow. The ratios are still the same. This is why this mod is very good to plan for ratios. We still need 1 copper plate and 1 gear wheel, but now per minute, right? So the ratios will always stay the same. Alright, so if you change the base time, your whole recipe changes accordingly to the whole base time, which is, I think, a very nice thing, even the electrical power. Alright, I think that's about it. I hope this little small guide helps you to sort out your questions about the planner or Helmod quickly. If you still have any questions left, don't hesitate, just put them down in the comments and I'll try my best to answer them. Alright, thanks for watching, and always remember, the factory must grow. Bye bye, see you in the next video.